In this video, we'll demonstrate how to write and cite using Zotero, which is a really exciting way to use Zotero. The first thing I'm going to do is introduce you to Zotero preferences. If you're on a PC, go up to where it says Edit in the toolbar, then select Preferences. If you're on a Mac, you will go to where it says Zotero in your toolbar, and you'll be able to link to your preferences. In your preferences, click on Cite, and you'll see that there's a list of about a dozen or so citation styles that you can start to use. A lot of the major ones are there, including APA, like right here, MLA, and Chicago. If the style you need is not there, you can click on this link here that says Get Additional Styles. I'm going to search for Turabian. It was not included in the list, so I'm going to click on that. And now when I go back to my list, Turabian has been added. If you go to the top menu again and click Export, you can also see that my default format is set to APA. You can set it to any of those styles that you saw earlier on the other screen. I'm going to leave it on APA. When I do a quick bibliography, that is what's going to be used as my default format. And I'm going to show you how to do a quick bibliography here in just a second. So I've opened up Microsoft Word, and I also have my Zotero library open to the left so you can see how these two things work together. I'm going to go back to my library, hold down the Shift key, and highlight all of my items. And then I'm going to drag them over to References. And as you can see, when I drag and drop, all of my resources are here. You can do this, by selecting all of your items. You could do it one by one. You can also select an item and right-click and say Create Bibliography from Item, and it will basically copy it and paste it. So I'll show you what happens on that. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to say Create Bibliography from Item. When you're on the screen, you can say you want to copy to clipboard and just paste it into a document, or you could save it as a RTF, which is just a document that could be converted to a Word document later. I'm going to say copy to clipboard and say OK. And then I'm going to paste it in. And in addition, you can right-click or control-click if you're on a Mac and select and create a bibliography from a collection. So I'm going to delete this and let you see what this does. So you can see my campaign collection has 3 articles in it. I'm going to right-click on it, create bibliography. It's going to ask my citation style, and my output mode is bibliography. And then I'm copying it to my clipboard, come over to this Word document and paste it. And there they are. It's always recommended that when you do this, that you check to see that your formatting is correct. With APA in particular, sometimes Zotero does not handle the titles correctly, so you might have to go in and manually change those real quick. So this first entry here, you can see that the title is not capitalized correctly according to APA. And Zotero, particularly in APA, title capitalization error can happen. So what you need to do is go back to this article in your library. If you right-click on the title, you can change from title case to sentence case, and then this part will be correct before the colon, and then you would just need to go back and capitalize that first letter, and the rest looks good. And I'm going to make that change again, copy it to my clipboard, and paste. And you can see that that correction is there now. Okay, now the Quick Bibliography tool is a fantastic tool for creating bibliographies on the fly, and this drag and drop approach works with Microsoft Word, Google Docs, email, pretty much anything that's like a word processor. But when you're writing paper, you're going to be doing in-text citations as well as bibliographies. That's where the Zotero Word toolbar comes in handy. When you download Zotero, it actually on the fly downloads a little toolbar into your Microsoft Word. You'll find that in the top menu here. There'll be a Zotero tab. This is where you can start writing and citing your paper. So I'm going to pretend that I'm writing my paper here, and let's say I want to put an in-text citation for this statement. I would click on the Zotero tab and click Add Edit Citation. It's going to ask me again to select the citation style and say OK. At the bottom of the screen, you see like a search field, and I'm going to search for stress, but you could also search by author or any, or title or keyword from that title. Once I do this is the article that I want. I can click on it, then click enter, and it's going to add that citation for me. As you know, when you directly quote, you may have to include the page number, so I'll show you how to do that. Here's an example quote. I'm going to click on Add Edit Citation, search for stress again, and click on this again. To add the page number, once you have the correct item here in this field, click on it, put the page number. I'm going to say 791. You could also click here to open the item in your library, so maybe you could find the page number if you weren't sure. Once I have that entered, I can click back here. Page number is showing, then click enter, and it's going to automatically add that page number to my citation. Okay, and here's an example for citing multiple sources. Go over here and click Add Edit Citation again. This time I'm going to, let's say that in this sentence I was citing multiple authors. I could say, look for that stress article again, click on that. Then I'm going to search for Twitter and add that. Once I have the two articles that are being referenced here, I click enter, and it adds those in the correct format. So those are just a few ways to use the automatic tool to add in-text citations. Okay, and I also wanted to show you how to edit bibliography from within Word using that Zotero plugin. So let's click on Add Edit Bibliography, and it added a bibliography based off of your in-text citations. I also wanted to show you some of the other tools that are built right in with this. Document preferences, just click on that. If you wanted to change the citation style, you can automatically do that, and it will update with that new style and change all of your citations and your references to that. As we mentioned before, if any of your citations or references are formatted incorrectly, you would go back into your library, make the change in the record there, and once you did that, you can go back and click refresh, and it will update any changes that you made in your Zotero library and automatically put them right in that document for you. Another thing to note is that if you're a fan of using Google Docs, there's a Zotero plugin for that as well. Once you have a Zotero installed, you will see a Zotero tab in Google Docs, and it gives you all of those options, kind of like what we saw in Word, but they're just up here in this drop down. There's also a Zotero button over here where you can click right in the main menu. So those are a few ways to really simplify your writing and your citation